Syria has announced the preliminary results of an indirect vote for a new parliament, a key step in a shift away from the ousted leader Bashar al-Assad. However, the vote has raised a number of concerns about fairness and inclusivity under the country's new leadership. On Sunday, about 6,000 members of the regional electoral colleges voted to choose members of Syria's transitional parliament from the pre-approved lists. And this vote fills nearly two-thirds of the new 210-seat parliament, which will serve as a renewable 30-month term. And President Ahmed al-Shara will appoint the remaining one-third of the members later.
The number of seats filled in these elections is 119 out of a total of 140 seats. Of course, elections were not held in the provinces of Raqqa, Hasaka and Sweda, in addition to the Ain al-Arab area.
The Electoral Commission spokesperson said that only about 4% of the 119 members selected are women, noting that the number is not proportionate to the status of women in the Syrian society and their role in political, economic and social life. Now, the Commission had previously said that women made up about 14% of the more than 1,500 candidates.
We've tried hard to support women's presence in Parliament through awareness-raising campaigns, but we haven't succeeded. Perhaps this is the Syrian reality. In the next phase, there must be greater awareness-raising across Syrian society.
Najmeh said that only about 2 Christians were amongst the winners, calling the representation weak considering the proportion of Christians who live in Syria. He said that perhaps the president's third could compensate for some underrepresented components of Syrian society, but has rejected any quota system. The seats in southern Syria's Druze majority Sweda province, which suffered sectarian bloodshed in July, and also the Kurdish-held north and northeast are outside of Damascus's control and were excluded from the process. On the 10th of March, Syria's Kurds and also Damascus agreed to integrate Kurdish-administered civil and military institutions in the country's northeast into the state by the year's end. But negotiations on implementing the deal have stalled. Now, meanwhile, Syrian state television reported that at least about 1 member of the country's domestic security forces and a civilian were killed in bombings in the northern city of Aleppo, which were blamed on the Kurdish forces. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.